Way down on the farm in the early morn, when the sun begins to shine, I stroll along the woodland trails and leave all my cares behind. While flowers shine in the morning dew, as my old dog tags along, the mockingbird sings along with me my yodeling farmer's song. Where the air is pure and life is free, feel that soft prairie breeze. Red squirrels chatter around my door, it's home, sweet home to me. You can have your cities where smoke fills the air, hurry and noise everywhere. I'll take my little old country home, I can yodel away out there. Way down on the farm in the early morn, when the sun begins to shine, I stroll along the woodland trails, leave all my cares behind. While flowers shine in the morning dew, as my old dog tags along, the rocking-bird sings along with me my yodeling farmer's song.
All right, this is another one of my favorites. This is the Canadian Rocket off of his first album. From old and covered in a Charlottetown, there's a story that's been going around of a mighty fast train that's a burning the rails each day. She travels this land from east to west, still diamond better cause she is the best. The Canadian Rocket will speed you on your way. Well, listen to those old garbage bound, I'm telling you boys, she'll cover the ground up through the Rocky Mountains on down the line. Day and night across the level plain, she's the fastest engine that ever was made. The Canadian Rocket will get you there on time. That engineer, he's a happy man as he sits in the cab with the throttle in hand. He forges through that stormy weather with pride. He likes to feel the old engine sway when he opens her up, speeds her on her way. That blazing headlight guides him through the night. Oh, Fireman Bill, he works mighty hard. He shovels that coal till his arms are tired. Just to keep the black smoke pouring from the stack. Down through those sweet Niagara Hill, you can feel the lonesome whistle shrill. The Canadian Rocket goes a-rolling down the track. Now you may travel both near and far with an aeroplane or streamlined car, but if it ain't a tune, I'm sure that you'll agree. Just take one trip on that rocket train, you'll travel along the way again. The Canadian Rocket is sure you're safe as bed. Just watch her rolling on down the line with the black smoke streaming out behind. I'm telling you boys, she's a sight you won't forget. Through rolling hills or level plains, she's the fastest engine that ever was made. The Canadian Rocket is sure you're safe as bed.
this one goes out to anybody that's ever had to farm pigs. Well, the nicest thing about hogs is a getting rid of them. That squealing, grunting, sloppy old pig, he nearly drove me insane. Well, he almost caused me a big divorce. I'll never be the same again. Yeah, the nicest thing about hogs is a getting rid of them. Well, I had a little farm way back in the hills. Sure was a peaceful life. I had me a horse, a cow and a dog, 5 kids and a dear sweet wife. Then one day I bought that hog and all my troubles began. Why the good Lord ever invented a pig I'll never understand. Well, the very first day that I brought him home, he broke out of the pen. The old cow took off over the hill and she never came back again. He rooted up half the garden, my good wife sure was mad. If she could have found the shotgun, we'd have had pork chops in the pan. Well, the nicest thing about hogs is a getting rid of them. That squealing, grunting, sloppy old pig, he nearly drove me insane. Well, he almost caused me a big divorce. I'll never be the same again. Yeah, the nicest thing about hogs is a getting rid of them. Oh, say it. Oh, say it. Well, just about 2 weeks later, that old hog struck again. My wife had just finished washing, had the clothes out on the line. Well, he grabbed a sheet and a couple of shirts, and he took off down the road. I knew by the look on my sweet wife's face that old hog have to go. Well, he ran till he came to the railroad tracks where he lay down for a rest. Old number 9 came over the hill and gave her whistle a blast. Well, I thought my troubles were over, but that old hog sure had brains. He jumped right up with a shirt in his mouth and he flagged that old freight train. Well, the nicest thing about hogs is a getting rid of them. That squealing, grunting, sloppy old pig, he nearly drove me insane. Well, he almost caused me a big divorce. I'll never be the same again. Yeah, the nicest thing about hogs is a getting rid of them. Oh, say it. Oh, say it. Oh, say it. Thank you, folks. All right, we got a waltz here. I guess it's a little bit relevant for this time of year. You see all those big green things buzzing around out there? This one's in the Q&A. Oh, this one's called the Gay Harvest Waltz. I was strolling one night neath the moon's silver light down an old country lane by the fields of new grain. The whole world seemed in bloom neath that bright harvest moon, and I whistled a tune called the Gay Harvest Waltz. The country air was sweet from the golden fields of wheat. The soft prairie breeze seemed to float through the trees. Perfume from the sage, how it quickened my pulse. My heart beat in time to the gay harvest waltz. Have passed by, and a tear dims my eye. How I long to return, for my lonely heart yearns just to stroll once again down that old country lane. Hear the haunting refrain of the gay harvest waltz. The country air was sweet from the golden fields of wheat. The soft prairie breeze seemed to float through the trees. Perfume from the sage, how it quickened my pulse. My heart beat in time to the gay harvest waltz. Charlie Howatt on the steel guitar, everybody.
Oh, I've been working on the rail.
Oh, wait a second, hold on, you can't sing that one.
Oh, how come?
Those guys are all on strike right now, you know.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Well, I got one for that anyways. Oh, strikes, 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 everywhere you turn. Everybody's striking, no matter what they earn. The living costs are rising, inflation everywhere. They're ruining our country, but the strikers do not care. Some people write to Ottawa and send along their views. They asking them to end the strikes they hear of in the news. Of course, it's just a waste of time, they never have to fear. There's no use asking Ottawa, they've been on strike for years. Oh, strikes, 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 everywhere you turn. Everybody's striking, no matter what they earn. The living costs are rising, inflation everywhere. They're ruining our country, but the strikers do not care. I got home the other night, it was rather late. I'd had a drink or two and I was in a dreadful state. The last thing I remember, it's as clear as it can be. The clock was striking 7 and my wife was striking me. Oh, strikes, 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 everywhere you turn. Everybody's striking, no matter what they earn. The living costs are rising, inflation everywhere. They're ruining our country, but the strikers do not care. Last night I had an awful dream. I dreamed that I was dead. I stood before the pearly gates, a halo round my head. St. Peter said, you can't come in, I'm sorry for to tell. We're all on strike up here this week, you'll have to go to well. Now strikes, 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 everywhere you turn. Everybody's striking, no matter what they earn. The living costs are rising, inflation everywhere. They're ruining our country, but the strikers do not care. Hey!
right. So I guess this song comes from a time when they didn't have all those robots to milk your cows. And those cows sometimes would get on the farmer's nerves a little. I got to milk 'em in the morning, feed 'em, milk 'em in the evening blues. Now this here barnyard heifer's got me blue down to my shoes. I get up every morning for anything stirs, get smacked with a tail full of cockle-burrs. I got to milk 'em in the morning, feed 'em, milk 'em in the evening blues. I got to milk 'em in the morning, feed 'em, milk 'em in the evening blues. Now this old wall-eyed Jersey ain't worth the cud that she chews. I work hard all day at bringing in my crops, then I have to milk you and you don't give 9 drops. I got to milk 'em in the morning, feed 'em, milk 'em in the evening blues. I got to milk 'em in the morning, feed 'em, milk 'em in the evening blues. I don't know why I don't sell you, except look at the money I'd lose. You put your foot in the bucket, kick over the stool. I swear I'm gonna swap you for a blue-nosed mule. I got to milk 'em in the morning, feed 'em, milk 'em in the evening blues. So now, you flea-bitten old heifer, stand still. Only get about 9 squirts, so you might as well do it peaceful. I got to milk 'em in the morning, feed 'em, milk 'em in the evening blues. Now look here, old heifer, I'm really gonna give you some news. Well, even though I said you'd only give 9 squirts, well, bless your old heart, I love you so much it hurts. I like to milk 'em in the morning, feed 'em, milk 'em in the evening blues.
As we journey along down life's dusty road, we learn many things as we carry our load. How some have great riches while others are poor. 6 feet of earth always evens the score. Evens the score, evens the score. 6 feet of earth always evens the score. The rich man keeps reaching and grasping for more. He piles up his money, then laughs at the poor. Someday the grim reaper's gonna pay him a call. He'll get 6 feet of earth without grasping at all. Without grasping at all, without grasping at all. He'll get 6 feet of earth without grasping at all. Some people work hard, they just never stop, trying so hard to get up to the top. Then just when they seem to be reaching their goal, they get 6 feet of earth and wind up in the hole. Wind up in the hole, wind up in the hole. They get 6 feet of earth and wind up in the hole. As we travel through life, just remember this song. It may help you to choose the right way from the wrong. Don't worry about money, your future's secure. You'll get 6 feet of earth, whether you're rich or poor. Whether you're rich or poor, whether you're rich or poor, you'll get 6 feet of earth, whether you're rich or poor.
Okay, everybody, we've got a few more for you before the other Claytons come up here. They're going to be great. I know it's a little bit warm out to be thinking about this. But this song is called the Bonspiel Song. To the Bonspiel to have a little fun. Got me a broom and a little jug of rum, then I set that jug in the corner of the ring. Every time I shot, I'd take a little drink. The jug got low and I got high. Tried to play a guard, but I later find that a rock went down and it took out a roan. Skip hollers up, why don't you go home? This curling sure is a slippery game. I think I'd do better if I didn't take aim. I shoot for the broom, but I hit both sides. I think I must be a-getting cross-eyed. Skip hollers in, I throw it out. Go down to the end and he calls me out. Then he comes up and lets a runner go. Takes out 3 rocks, but they're all our own. Charlie Howatt, everybody. When the game is over, we hobble off the ice. My knee feels like it needs a splice. We go and have lunch, and I must say those ladies deserve a lot of praise. There's coffee, sandwiches, pie, and cake. Makes you forget that shot you didn't make. You never know how good you can be until you curled in the old Bonspiel.
This is the Deer Hunter's Lament. One day we boys all loaded up our guns, went out to do some hunting and to have a little fun. We took a little whiskey and some dandelion beer, then we marched along together till we came upon a deer. Then we fired our guns and the deer started running. Kept us mighty busy just a-pumping in the shells. Fired and we fired, but he still kept a-running. Some branches off a poplar was the only thing that fell. Well, we kept on walking till we came to some oaks. We're feeling kind of tired, so we stopped to have a smoke. We laid our rifles down and we lit our cigarettes. Say the buck jumped out beside us and he scared us half to death. So we fired our guns and the deer started running. Kept us mighty busy just a-pumping in the shells. Fired and we fired, but he still kept a-running. Some branches off a poplar was the only thing that fell. Well, we stopped for our dinner, it was looking like a storm, so we built a little fire, our sandwiches to warm. A couple of the boys were busy counting up the shells. What fell into the fire blew our dinner all to well. Now we fired our guns and the deer started running. Kept us mighty busy just a-pumping in the shells. Fired and we fired, but he still kept a-running. Some branches off a poplar was the only thing that fell. Well, they ran through the willers, they ran through the poplars, and they ran through the carries where a snake couldn't crawl. We kept on shooting till our rifles overheated and the smoke got so thick that we couldn't see at all. Well, we kept on a-hunting, but we never caught a deer. The only thing we killed was the whiskey and the beer. Then they took away our rifles and they locked us up in jail, 'cause the farmer didn't like us shooting off the horses' tails. But we fired our guns and the deer kept us mighty busy just a pumping in the shells. Fired and we fired, but he still kept running. Some branches off a poplar was the only thing that fell.
Hi there. I'd just like to say it was a lot of fun learning Stew's songs with these fellows, and listening to those old records and trying to play along with them. It was a lot of fun to hear Stew's voice. That was the voice and the face that greeted hundreds of kids, including my sister and my brothers and me, on the first day of kindergarten for many years driving the school bus. And so this is pretty special for us, I think. And Stew is also a good friend of, I think, both of our families, eh? And especially our grandpas. Mine playing pool and you guys with music. So thanks a lot. This last one's a fast one, so buckle up.
All right, this is fitting for the last song. It's called My Last Old Yodel Song. Way out on the prairies, my yodeling days are through. When we rest contented beneath the sky so blue, my roundup days are over. I know my time ain't long. Listen while I'm singing my last old yodel song. Gazing to the westward, I shake my head, I sigh. Sunset oh so peaceful, dear old western skies. Cattle grazing round me, nighttime drawing nigh. Strumming my guitar to my yodeling lullaby. When my days are over, I ask but one request. When we rest forever beneath the prairie crest, dewdrops falling o'er me while I slumber by, a lonely cowboy singing his last old yodel song. you.